What's happening with UTMB in the UK? What's UTMB's vision for the next 20 years? And how can you get to come and experience the greatest trail running event in the world? All that and more coming up now. Whilst I was out in Chamonix this year, I was fortunate enough to spend some time with Florian Lamblin, CEO of UTMB International. I wanted to ask him specifically what plans there were for a third UTMB event in the UK, but I also wanted to know what his vision was for the whole UTMB organisation going forward. But first of all, I asked him to explain a little bit about his role at UTMB.
Thanks, Steve. I'm Florian Lamblin. I am the Executive Director of UTMB International. What does it mean? It means that I'm in charge of all of the events of the UTMB World Series that are outside of France. I'm in charge of the development of the circuit of the UTMB World Series, and I'm also in charge of the global operations. So I'm in charge of making sure that we have the good standards of our events, that the satisfaction of the runner is well. So if satisfaction is not good on one of the events, you can blame me.
It's a big responsibility. Do you feel it?
Yeah. I mean, it's a responsibility, to be honest. We have a target which is having 90% of satisfaction on any of our events. That's an ambitious target, and that requires some time, some resource, some energy. So yeah, it's a responsibility, but it's also what we want to do. We want to offer the best events, best experiences to the runners. So I think it goes with the responsibility.
Having acquired UTS just a few years ago and then Arc of Attrition last year, I wanted to know, does UTMB have any plans to introduce a third event in the UK? Whereabouts are they looking, and what is the time frame?
Yeah, I mean, the UK is, again, I told it before, one of the fastest growing communities in the world. It used to be, like, if I'm back like 15 years ago, the UK was not especially a strong community in traveling, strong community in fell running, as we know, in sky running, different ways of practicing traveling, but traveling as we do it more on the UTMB World Series was something quite new. The number of runners has grown a lot these past few years. So yeah, naturally, when we launched the UTMB World Series, we wanted to have one event in the UK, so that's the reason why we integrated Ultra Trail Snowdonia at that time, which was a that has quite a good reputation already, but small events. I think that it had like 800 participants at that time, and we grew it to 3,000, so to make it the biggest traveling event in the UK. But it was not enough because the capacity is also limited. We want to preserve the local ecosystem, so we don't want the event to grow to 5,000-6,000 participants. We want to keep it also manageable. So we decided that it was time to answer the demand and open a new event. That's when the story started with the Arc. We met Jane, Fergie, and Andrew 2 years ago actually, and we knew from the beginning, from the moment we met, that it would happen. We had a very, very good connection. We share the same values. The Arc, as you all know, is an amazing flagship event over there. So we said, okay, let's go there. We wanted to keep the spirit of the Arc, so make it grow a little bit, but keep the spirit, the archangels and all that goes around. So for us, that was very important. We had 1,300 participants this year. Keep it also limited, but we'll make it grow little by little again in a good way. But the Arc was the second part of the story, and we were very happy about it. Same story now. The demand in the UK is very high. The events are sold out quite quickly, so we think it's time to have a third event in the UK. So we have various discussions in the UK for 26. I'm confident that we managed to bring another event in another moment, maybe more around September, October, just to complete the calendar. We are already in Wales, we are already in Cornwall, so now we are targeting different areas. We're targeting the Lake District, the Peak District, Scotland, Ireland, as you can imagine.
Okay, the Lake District, the Peak District, Scotland, Ireland. Come on, Florian. It's just you and me here. You can tell me, no one else is listening.
I don't know why, but I don't believe you, Steve. I'm pretty sure you would all like to know where we would like to go. It's probably a bit too soon to say. I'm hoping that in 2-3 months of time we'll be able to tell you more about that. Well, I can say that yes, we will go there. We also go and make sure that we go there properly, which means that we go where we in a community among a community that is happy that we come. So it's very important for us. So we want to make sure that we don't put any pressure over there, that we're here also to make the community grow and make the community happy. So it's also what explained that it can take some time. We want to make sure that, yes, we are welcome and we can build a very solid local project with them.
Next, I asked Florian what UTMB's approach is when it goes to a new destination. What's the philosophy? What is the intention?
When we got in Cornwall, indeed, we had some comments saying, "Oh, what's going to happen with the Arc? We want to keep the initial spirit, the pioneering spirit of the Arc," and of course, that was absolutely our willingness from the start. We get that. Quite often when we develop in a new place, that's normal. Our role is to show that no, we want to preserve the local identity of the race. We're not here to transform the race. We said from the beginning to, for instance, for the Arc to the race director that we want to keep the same spirit. We want to keep the Archangel. We want to keep the Arc is a very particular event where. In comparison with the other event of the series, for instance, there is not so many aid stations, for instance. So we said, yes, maybe we want to increase a little bit the number of aid stations, but we understand that the identity of the race also is to be in this kind of half autonomy spirit. So we'll keep this part as well. So no, we're making sure that we keep that local identity. Even if in our post-event survey now we ask the runners to which extent did you feel the local identity of the race, and we track that. And when the grade is not good, I'm like, okay, what can we do to really strengthen the local identity? In UTS, for instance, this is a Welsh event. We want to promote the Welsh culture, the Welsh language. We want to work with the Welsh community, with the local council, the Gwynedd Council. So this is very important. We want to preserve the local ecosystem. But it's true that we need to explain our why and how we do it, because it's tempting to see and think that the big UTMB is coming and it's going to transform everything. No, UTMB is we're still a small company. It's me, it's other people. We're all trail runners. We're all part of this community, and we're here to preserve it. So it's a lot, I think, of both communication and then showing the proof of at the end our event have not transformed. So if I'm taking the example of the Arc of UTS, yes, the event have grown and they have developed a little bit. But I think if you're taking the people that run the first edition of this, if they run today, they're like, yeah, I think the spirit is still there. The event is a bit different, but the spirit is still there.
So what does UTMB's development look like internationally from here on? And in what countries does UTMB not yet have a presence?
Yeah, I think the way we want to continue developing is we want to be at the heart of the communities. We want to be as close as possible to where the trail running communities live. That's the reason why we are targeting mainly major areas for trail running where we are not yet. For instance, if we are taking the map of the world, we are not yet in Germany, in Poland, in Portugal. These are countries where there is very strong communities. These three countries are in the top 15 of the trail running communities in the world. So of course we'd like to be there.
Why are you not there yet?
Because we take time to find a good opportunity. We are not jumping on any opportunity. I would say that if we had everything open, we could have 300 races right now. But no, that's not how we work. We just say no to 95% of the opportunity. So we are trying to find the iconic destinations, the good local actors to work with that are solid and we can trust, and we also trying to find the good. To be in a context where the communities are happy of our presence. So all this makes that it takes some time, and I'm more than happy to take 5 years to come to a country if it makes us come in good conditions, and that makes the whole ecosystem happy around it. So yeah, I would say that's the main motivation behind it. Go to close to these local communities. Also avoid them to have to take the plane to get a running stone or to get just a UTMB experience. For me personally, and I think for the group, it's not satisfactory to have someone taking the plane to have to live the UTMB experience. So it's the reason why we expand we expanded in Japan, for instance, to avoid Japanese runners, which are a very strong community, to have to go to Korea or China to get it. So I think that's the inner motivation. Be very close to where they live, limits the carbon footprint of the runners, and just get a UTMB experience close to your home.
So UTMB is going to take its time developing races around the world. Where does Florian see the UTMB organisation and its place in the trail running community, say, in 20 years from now?
Yeah, that's a great question. There is a UTMB and UTMB Mont Blanc and UTMB World Series, but generally speaking, where do we want to see each other? I'd like to see us as a leader, but as a leader in a positive way, not as a leader like we are everywhere. No, as a leader like we are seen and we are understood as a positive leader. We have a positive footprint on the development of the sports. We are leading the way in a good way because we are maybe a bit bigger and we have more time to dedicate to that. Yes, we can have a positive footprint. So yes, I think being recognized as an organization that is leading the way on how to practice outdoor sports in a sustainable way, to be seen as because we have 40% of women on the starting line at least, we are seen as a major spokesperson for advocate for gender equality on the starting lines because we have compensated our carbon footprint on our event, and we have reduced our carbon footprint. We are also seen as leading the way for the organization. And yeah, be seen also as I would like to have the event we have right now. I would like in 20 years to have the exact same events, like we are still with them. They even have developed, have had their own vision, but we're still with them, because we have left a positive footprint in the local community, in the territory, because we have good relationship with the race directors, with the local community. We are still here and we are still working hand in hand. I think that would make me very happy and the company very happy too.
By the way, if you're finding this video interesting or entertaining, please do continue watching to the very end. That's all the YouTube algorithm cares about these days. But if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing that as well. And if you have a dream to one day run a race at UTMB week in Chamonix, then I asked Florian, could he describe a little bit about the process of how you go about acquiring running stones and any other ways that you might be able to run a race during UTMB week in Chamonix?
Yeah, sure. So if you want to get to Chamonix, the path is quite simple. Actually, there is a 57 events around the world. To get access to the finals, what we call the finals, so UTMB, CCC, OCC, you have to get access to it through getting running stones. A running stone is like a chance for you to get access through the lottery. The more running stones you get, the more chances you get. And how do you get these running stones? By going to one of these events around the world. So if you're in the UK, for instance, you have the chance to get them on the Arc of Attrition, or on UTS. And the bigger the distance, the more running stones you get as well. And then yes, take your chance to the lottery of Mont Blanc, and that's how you will get access. There is another way to get access to the UK UTMB Mont Blanc, is to take part to the TDS, to the MCC, the ETC. These one you don't need to get running stones to get access to them. You can just register as another regular race. So TDS is just an amazing 100 mile that I would encourage you to do. It's very wild. Yeah, it's probably one of the most beautiful races in the Alps, I would say. MCC is a 40K format. Again, you get access without running stone, and ETC is a 15K. So each of them you can get access without a running stone. So I would say there is two ways to experience the Chamonix atmosphere and experience. Yeah.
Going back to the ongoing development of UTMB, it's come a long way in the last 5 years. I asked Florian what's important to him about the next steps.
No, maybe I just would like to repeat that I think we are going to enter a new cycle first. Maybe the previous cycle was really establishing the circuit first. It was also a question of surviving after COVID. I mean, we were a small company, 10 people at that time. We had one event, the UTMB Mont Blanc at that time. So it was okay, how do we survive in this world with running growing? So we had to establish something. We established this circuit. We grew in different countries. So we achieved, I would say, the first moment of this cycle. Now we are focusing on the second stage, which is okay. We are happy with what we've built. We have learned also from past mistakes. We have adjusted. We will have to continue to adjust at some point and to hear what the community has to say and has to teach us as well. But we're entering a new cycle where it's going to be okay, showing our commitments, showing that we can lead the way in a positive way and focus on these three areas that I described before. So sustainability, diversity, local legacy, and at the same time, maintaining a very good link with the community, always listening to yeah, be rooted in the community, and secondly, offer like the best event we can. So stay excellent. I think that's the values that we want to promote. So yes, that would be the next focus if I have to describe the 2026, 2030 years that are ahead of us.
Florian, thank you so much for your time.
Of course, Steve. Thank you.
Brilliant.
I really like Florian. He's approachable, friendly and open, and I always come away from my chats with him feeling like he is genuinely passionate about his role. He wants to give people a fantastic race experience. He wants to grow what was once also a small race company, but he also has to balance that with safeguarding the needs of the races, the communities and the environments with which UTMB integrate. Thank you so much for watching to the very end. Hit subscribe on your way out, but if you'd like to stick around, then you can watch this video here, which is my vlog from this year's UTMB week, where I followed the lead elite men around the whole UTMB course. I will see you guys on the start line next time. Bye bye.